One of the funnest techniques is adding resonance to the voice to create a really huge vocoder-like kind of synthetic effect. And you can do it with a comb filter, which is a really cool tool. I'm going to show you how to do this in Ableton Live, but you can do this with any comb filter, and it creates a really unique effect on your vocal chains. So what I'm going to do here is take a listen to the dry sample. Nothing's on it, just the vocal sample.
When we touch, I want to make love. I want to get to know you better.
I'm going to go up here, I'm going to go to auto. So you can see auto filter. In Ableton 12.2, they added a bunch of different filter types to this thing. They really expanded it really well, and you can see comb. So comb, when you pull the frequency down, has all these little notches here. And what this does when we turn the resonance up, it's introducing resonance into the signal, which is a really cool thing. You can tune this to different notes. It's called a standard frequency. So 261 is a C note, for instance. It's a pretty cool effect, and it's really as simple as that. Now, when we take a look at the vocal chain, you can see here you've also got things like the envelope. So when you move this around, maybe I'll move it down. It's adding movement to the sound of that resonance, which is really cool. It might sound really weird at first, but you're adding that movement in. It can kind of introduce a really cool effect as we add on more effects. So what I'm going to do is add on EQ, just clean up some of the lows there. And then I have the resonator. Now the resonator in Ableton does a very similar thing. It introduces resonance. And you can see here it's tuned to an E flat minor chord. She's singing in the key of E flat minor. So having an E flat minor, I think more specifically this is E flat minor 7. It's the same settings I used in the last video on the channel. It's going to now kind of create almost like a vocoder like effect. It's going to create this chord out of her voice. It's going to resonate that way. So now it's almost like her voice is like strumming this synth kind of sound. It's really interesting what it kind of does to the voice. And then if we go in here and we can just maybe control it a little bit with a compressor. And if you want to make the sound really big, you can add on delays. So here I have 2 delays, and notice how they're both on ping pong mode, which makes them very stereofied. That's going to come in handy because I'm going to mix in this effect on her voice with the dry signal. So we have these 2 delays. Now it's going to have a lot of bouncy movement going on in our headphones. And then we add in some parallel reverb. So now it sounds really huge, right? Now the really great thing about Ableton is you can set up all these effects, have them in a chain on their own, and here I have the dry chain. So the dry sound of her voice can be in this independent chain. You can see I've got some EQ, some compression here on her dry voice.
When we touch, I want to make love.
Really helps push her forward over this really big sound that we've created. Kind of this big synthy sound out of her voice.
When we touch, I want to make love. I want to get to know you better.
Pretty amazing, right? I mean, it's just a huge, it's like a synthy reverb sound to her voice. Really unique. Now, another really cool idea you can do with your vocals is add on a reversing effect, which can add on a lot to the sound. Now, in Ableton Standard, there's no real reverser type plugin. You can obviously go into the clip view on a sample and hit the reverse button, but it doesn't really exist in Standard. There is a kilohertz free bundle module that is like a reversing kind of effect. But if you're on Ableton Suite, you've got Pitch Hack, and Pitch Hack does have a reverse mode. You can see this reverse knob right here. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, definitely hit the subscribe button because you might have missed a video where we talked about the doubler effect. So I have this version of her voice that's being reversed, and it's going through a doubler, which gives it a really wide sound. It's a really neat effect because when you mix this with the sound of her dry vocal,
touch, I wanna make love.
It's kind of like a wide stereo, sort of kind of reminds me of like a slapback delay, but it's weirder because it's like reversed. So it adds a lot to the voice. And then we bring all these things together. You can obviously balance the chains right here with these volume faders, and you can get a really cool sound.
When we touch, I wanna make love. I wanna get to know you better.
It's pretty amazing, right? It just sounds like a huge arena, and it's kind of adding in those resonances to create that really big sound. It's really cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to grab this chain, like always, it's linked in the description down below. If you're on Patreon, it's attached down below. And there's also a bunch of other things on the Ableton Patreon page. There's a lot of different presets there. I'll link that as well if you want to check it out. It's really useful. I'm actually extending that this week for our Patreon members with Ableton intro compatible presets. So obviously Resonator or Pitch Hack, if you're on Ableton intro, you don't have those modules. So I want to make it so that people can build a great vocal sound, even if you're in Ableton intro. I'm actually extending that library this week. So definitely check it out. Everything's linked down below. There's also like a long running vocal production course series I did over the summer, which is filled with so much practical information. If you're struggling with your vocals, trying to get your vocal production sound right, highly recommend it. It's worth your time. I'll see you all later. Have fun making music.